Hi everybody, this is Tracy from Tracy's Art and Craft. How are you all? I'm having such a good day. The sun is absolutely blasting out today. I've been blaring out my music. I'm just having a great time. I've got my husband to take the kids to Nan's because I can't film when the children are around. So please bear with me the next 2 weeks. My children are off on the Easter holidays and yeah, it's pretty hectic here. So I may not get like a lot of time to be doing this, but I will try my hardest and try to be with you as much as I can. So today I thought we'd make something really super simple, but in a bit ephemera building way. And I thought we could make some paper bag pockets. Okay, so say you haven't got these types of paper bags. I've got some here. These came with like little sweets for my children. I nicked the bags out of them. So you haven't got this type of paper bag. Well, we're going to make some today. And I'm going to show you how I like to make mine. You may make yours slightly different or whatever. Then I'm going to decorate them up. I'm going to show you how you can make them out of all sizes of paper. So I've got A4 here. I've got vellum. I've got copyweight paper. I've got 160 GSM. And then I've got some 6x6 papers. They're more of a 200 GSM. These are pretty thick. And yeah, you could even do these out of 12x12s and things like that because everything is eyeballing, no measuring. I hate measuring, so that's good for me. So yeah, I'm going to start with this one because it's already folded and I can just tear it down. But basically, if it's A4, you're going to pretty much want to cut it in half. I don't cut the borders off at this point. If it's going to be visible, you'll probably want to cut off one border. So I'll cut off one border. You're going to want to cut off one of the sides that are going to show. You'll see in a minute what I mean. But you're not going to want that piece of white there. You're going to bring it in roughly into the middle. Just like so. And then you're going to bring it in over that. There we go. So that hides that border. Trust me, you won't see the next border in a moment. So I'm just going to get my glue and just run it along the bottom here just to seal it. But most of this is going to get cut off, but it will just help to seal it a minute. And then run it along this edge here. Can you see that? Like so, and then squish it all down. Now, I recommend having some either decorative scissors, I've got this shape, or some pinking shears. I usually use pinking shears, so I'm going to use pinking shears now, but I'll switch it up for you. And then just go along and just pink both edges. Like I say, I've glued that, but I didn't glue it high enough, so. There we go. And then I always fold upwards. I do this because I like this to show on the front. It just looks a little bit, I don't know, decorative, you know, it adds a little something. And then I just get my glue underneath there and just glue that down. I can hear my cat purring really loudly. She's sunbathing, bless her. I don't know, I don't think you guys can hear it, but if you've got any little lift up bits where that didn't glue down properly because you're rubbish like me, I'm sure you're not, I'm sure you're far better than me, then just glue that down. You can always glue it down afterwards as well, just like I have anyway, so just get rid of some of that glue. It all squeezed out, there we go. And there is our paper pocket. Now obviously you can then decorate these up. And because they're nice on the back, you could either just put it in with a paper clip so it's a floating pocket, or you can glue that down on 3 sides and you'll have an extra pocket. You'd have this pocket and then you'd have an extra one. Yeah, so it's completely up to you how you do this. I'm going to do this conveyor belt style, showing you how I get these done and dusted and into my pile. But before I do that, I do want to show you how thick my pile's getting. I do need to fill up quite a few journals, so these will be used and it will get emptied, but look at the size of this. I have so much ready-made bits. that are ready just to be shoved into journals, and this is how I speed up the process. I don't organise it because I do like to rummage through it. It sort of feeds my creativity and gives me ideas of what I can put in the journal, stops me doing a bit, you know, being a bit samey. So yeah, that's how that's getting on. Let's stop the vellum because this keeps curling up and going everywhere and just getting downright on my nerves. So what I'm going to do is go pull out a ruler and just tear it roughly in the middle. And we can get this out of the way, done and dusted. So what I do is I start off by cutting the edge I don't want to be seen. Oh, come on Tracy, what are you doing? Right, there we go. Do you ever have those moments where you're like, oh come on, what am I doing? I swear, I say to people all the time, and it makes them laugh, but I always say to people, I get on my own nerves more than anyone could ever get on my nerves. I'm the most annoying person I know. There we go. So yeah, I just go ahead and fold them all and get them all. So I'll cut off that edge and then fold them and get them all folded. So that's what I'm doing right now. I mean, you can cut off all your borders if it makes you feel better. But honestly, they're not really going to show. The vellum ones might show a little bit, but nothing that's going to worry. The glue's going to show more than the, oh, I can't pick them up. More than the little borders. So I hope you've all been having a lovely time. I am really sorry that I didn't get to do Fridays or this one. We've had some problems in the neighbourhood. There's a poor lady that was quite sick and needed help, so I've helped her. I can't really go into detail about it on here, but you know, I've got her the help she needed. So yeah, I was up all night doing that on Thursday night. So Friday I wasn't able to film for you guys. And I hadn't filmed ahead. I was planning on filming on the day, but I was just so tired after being up doing that. And then obviously the kids are off school from Thursday. So it's just been, I thought I would have time to be able to film, you know, for today. But unfortunately I haven't had that time. So yeah, it's just a case of just bearing with me on the school holidays, I'm afraid. You know, this isn't my job. I don't earn any money from this, so it's not like I can prioritise it at all. I have to prioritise the family. Oh, it's such lovely, lovely weather here today. It really is. It's been getting better again just recently. We did get a bit rubbish, but it has been getting better again recently. I mean, feel free to skip all of this if you guys find this part boring. You know, I don't feel bad when people skip, you know, my videos or whatever, you know. I know some people, they need the watch time, but, you know, I'm not earning from this. I don't need the watch time. You're all good. You skip to the bits that you enjoy and then, you know, catch up with me after. So yeah, I love these. They're really versatile, these little pockets. They really are. You can decorate them up as much as you want or as little as you want. You can clip them in, glue them in. There's various ways you can glue them in. All different types of papers you can use. As you're about to see, I'm using backs and front of papers. You can use all different sizes, so if all you've got is 12 by 12, because you're cutting them down to the size that you want, you know, you can use any size paper and just work with that. Last one on these ones, and then we'll get these 6 by 6s done. So I don't even tear exactly in half either, I just sort of go roughly. I'll be straightening it all out anyway with my scissors in a minute, so none of that concerns me. I just straighten it all out at the ends. So these papers are my marble papers, and the other side are my Mystical Forest papers. Oh, come here, paper. My nails are finally growing a little bit, finally getting there now. Stop biting them at long last. With these thicker papers you may need something just to give them a squish. You can use the back of your scissors or bone folder. Like I say, you're going to be folding up a little bit, but I'm also going to cut some off because they're a bit long. But you could also make really, really mini ones. Should we make a mini one? Cut them in half, make a mini one. A little incy bincy one. That would be cute, wouldn't it? Let's try that. If you use your pinking shears to cut it in half, you're going to get the zigzag pattern on both of them. Oh, look how cute a mini one is. So sweet. It's just, my cat is loving the sunlight right now. Her name's Rose, little Rosebud, and she is loving it at the moment. So there we go. If you don't like that white, you can just ink that up. Let's see if I've got a ink with ink at the moment. Just sort of ink on the inside of them. There we go. And then when you pull that up, that'll be brown as well, you see. It gets rid of that white for you. But how cute. I usually have it this way though, which is a pain because I just ink the other side, but that'll be okay. They're so sweet. I love them. They're so cute. Yep, we are going with them. I'll finish those off in a minute. I'm going to do a couple more that are half size because they are adorable. Little mini tags would go so lovely in them. So sweet. There we go. So then from there we're going to start making these things. Next step, put them all together. Snip both sides. There we go. Grab the glue. Remember, you can go quite high up on this one because you're folding it over. There we go. And then we just fold it over, give it a little squash down. Make sure the little bits are glued down. and then just glue underneath the flap to keep it down. And there we go. Oh, the mini ones are so cute. That's not very straight, is it? Let's try and make you a bit straighter. There we go, that's a little bit better. So yeah, once I've done these, I'll decorate a couple for you. And like I say, you'll be able to see then how I go ahead and make these on sort of a mass scale. Some people call mass makes, I don't know, I call it ephemera building because I'm like building up my stash of ephemera. So I don't know, people call mass makes, I don't know. I'll have to stop putting that in my title. Oh, that one I want to stay glued down over there. But yeah, I'll start putting it in my title. Should I make this one a bit longer one? I think I will. I don't want them all to be the same size because I use them for different purposes. So you know, I have different pages set out differently. I am going to do one where I show you how I fill a journal. I don't think I'll get that done this week, honestly. I've got quite a bit on my plate this week, filming wise, as well as everything at home. But I do have my happiness and crafting one tomorrow that I must get done. So that will definitely be up tomorrow, because that has to be. Because I've promised G and I can't let her down. She's been so lovely. But that one is my one for when I take the kids away, and I'll start filling it up with all my little memory pieces. There'll be tickets of places we've been and things like that, pictures. I think I'm going to cut this about here. There we go. I have folded that one that way, yeah. Just make sure I fold it the right way. Get rid of those pieces. So there's this one that we tried. There we are. The thicker the paper, the harder it is to get it to stay down, because it just wants to keep popping back up to the shape it was. But I find thicker paper a bit more sturdier inside journals. So in that way I do like the thicker paper in that sense. There we go. Of course, if you like your fold to be on the same side as the crease, you can do that by all means. The reason I like it the other way round, the weird way round as I call it, is because I think it adds a little bit of decoration to the bottom. A bit like when you put a bit of lace on the bottom of something. I think it just looks cute. The little zigzags. And you know, sometimes I glue these in, so I want the zigzag showing. But of course you don't have to, not whatsoever. How short do I want this one? I think I might make this a tall one for a tag. There we go. So my plans for this week, I've got a few plans this week actually. We're going to be taking the kids on lots of different walks. So the area that I live in, I have a beautiful woodland just behind me. Also 15 minutes away from where we live, we have a beautiful seaside town. So we'll be going to there too. But I do also have a 10-minute drive to what would be classed as a beach near a river, you know, on a river's edge. It's a very large river and it has like a beach. So there's going to be a couple of beach walks and a woodland walk that we're going to take the kids on. They absolutely love going on them, and they love going for walks and just exploring and things. So we're going to be doing a few of those because we have to keep things quite cheap because here in the UK, as everybody knows, the rates have all gone up for energy, and so has our living costs, and my husband's wage has gone down. So usually we're quite comfortable well off, but we're not going to be anymore, so we have to tighten our belts and bring it all down a notch. So going out to places that cost money is one of those things we're cutting out. So we won't be, you know, buying food and things like that, be taking our own. And for me, it makes absolutely no difference. Growing up, I lived in poverty, so it makes no difference to me. My older children, they saw some hardship. My younger ones, however, have not seen hardship. It's going to be a little bit of a shock factor for them, but they're not spoilt children. We've always been very careful not to give them every little thing that they wanted and things. They had to work for it and earn it. And so, you know, luckily I think they're going to be quite adaptable, but we'll find out as time goes on. But I do think they'll adapt well to changes. But, you know, luckily we haven't got to make big changes. There are some people out there that are really, really going to suffer staying warm and fed. So we're grateful that we're not one of those. We just have to, you know, not leave the electric on all day long and little things like that. Which I must admit, my children are prone to doing. They use electric and gas like it's going out of fashion. Gas in the UK is gas for heating, not gas petrol. Yeah, I just want to make that clear. Although that's gone up sky high. I mean, yes, it's almost impossible to own a car in this country. I swear, it is so blooming bad. We used to have 2 cars because I drive automatic and my husband drives manual, or stick shift, as I believe my American friends would call it. I think our Australian friends still call it manual and automatic, but I'm not sure. But yeah, I drive automatic because I don't really need to drive. I just learnt to drive later in life. Just because my husband wanted me to. He didn't like that I was at home without a vehicle to get about. So at one point we did have 2 cars, but we've gotten rid of that now because I hate driving. It turns out it was pointless. I absolutely hate it with a passion. I find it so stressful. Oh my God, people. I can drive. I drive really well. Driving's not the problem. The people are the problem. Yeah, I find it very difficult driving and dealing with other people's nonsense, basically. And I'm not usually not a moody person. I don't usually dislike people. I'm usually quite social as a person. But nope, when it comes to driving, nope, I've got no patience at all. And yeah, I find it very stressful, so I don't see why I should drive if I don't need to. I'm currently not working. When I work, I do have to drive because I have to get myself to and from work and things. But if I'm not working, then I don't have to, you know. Although it won't be long before I'm working again, I'm sure. Whoops, falling it the wrong way. Because the way my degree's going, I'm going to have to get work experience in. So basically, I'm doing my degree classics. I'm planning on becoming a teaching assistant in college or university. Yes, I'm not younger children, adults is what I wanted. And so, yeah, I'm getting my degree for that. But I need experience in that, otherwise you can't get a job. You need experience. So I've got to go and get myself some work experience in soon. So it's getting to that time now where I need to go and start look for a job. And I should be able to do the job paid as well. I should be able to get a paid version of the job. I may have to do a course on top. How I'm going to stretch doing a course while doing the degree, I do not know. So I'll have to find out all of that in an interview. So it's just a case of just getting in there and getting some interviews lined up. So yeah, I was going to go into teaching children. I did some work experience in a school. But I don't like how they teach children here in the UK, and I found it very stressful because I didn't agree with the way in which they were teaching the children. And basically, if you don't already know, they force the children to be very, very silent in class for the majority of the day. And, you know, they do have points where they get to be a bit louder in their lesson and things, but majority of the day they are sat in one seat being very quiet, and I can't imagine how I would have done that as a child, let alone, I don't know if it's just because of the school I went to or what, but I did not have to sit that long, that quiet. It's possible there are other schools that are different, and maybe I just went to a really bad school. That's possible, although this school was supposed to be classed as a really good school. I've got a feeling that the UK authorities, though, class a school as good if they've got the children as silent as possible. You know that old-fashioned saying of should be seen and not heard? Go check this time, actually. How long are we going? Sorry there, I had to stop and start you to make sure you didn't get cut off, but we're back. So yeah, I don't know if I would have liked it in another school or whatever. But yeah, the old saying of children should be seen and not heard seems to be still very relevant in parts of the UK here, and that bugs me. It bugs me to my core. So yeah, I'm not very good with all that. So I thought, right, I'm going to keep it because I've got very strong views when it comes to children and how they should be raised and looked after and cared for. I thought, you know what, this is probably not the job for me because of how stressful I find it, and maybe I should go on to adults. And although, you know, I will be working with vulnerable adults because being a teaching assistant, you're helping out those with extra needs so that the teacher can teach the whole class. Yeah, I don't find that so much of a problem whatsoever. So that is the way my career path is planning to go, but whether it will go that way or whether I'll take it another route is a whole different matter. I've got other ideas in my head. It's really hard to decide where I'm going to take this, to be honest with you. There's so many ways I can take it because of the amount of skills that you gain doing this degree. You end up gaining quite a lot of skill. But I definitely need to go out and get to work soon. My children are all growing up now, so it won't be long. My youngest will be in high school and be you know, making their own way home. Although, you know, my youngest can already do that from next year anyway with their older siblings, so that's a possibility. I'm going to do some of these little vellum ones. I am going to use 3-in-1 for the vellum because I don't know, I just think it's going to pucker less if I use 3-in-1. So that's the plan for these ones. I happen to have the shakes today, which isn't helping anything either. There we go. Yeah, I have the terrible shakes today. It might be because I'm hungry though, more than my brain, because my brain's not really playing up. I can usually tell if it's my brain condition. It doesn't feel like it is. I think it's because I'm hungry. I love the vellum ones, but the vellum can be a little bit, if you've got a thin vellum like I've got, it can be a bit weak and it can tear quite easily, so you do have to watch out for that. Glue blob. Put no pressure on that for a second, just get that to stick down. See, they look so pretty when they're done, but they can be a little bit delicate. I do tend to have these as just like clip-in ones because of how delicate they are. If someone wants to tear them, they can remove it easily without having to, you know, remove the glue from the page. Oh, I was going to use decorative scissors for one of these. I completely forgot. So let's do this one, decorative ones. There we are. Not so good at cutting over the glue area. You did not cut well at all. There we go, that's better. There. So yeah, time has come that I've got to decide on my career. I didn't want to build this up as a business because of that, you see, because I want to concentrate more on something else than doing this, because this is quite costly. You know, I would like it to pay for itself so I can do it as a hobby, but it is really, really costly to do. And business wise, I just think there's too much money going into it to be worth it, really. I mean, I know there's people out there going to tell me different because they do run a business, and I think that's great for them, but I just don't think as a business plan it is the wisest idea. It's just not going to pay for what it is we need, you know, it's never going to pay enough for that. So because I've looked into what YouTube pay you, and it is pennies. Yeah, I'm also thinking about closing down my Etsy store. That's on my mind at the moment. I'm not sure if I'm going to, but the thought process is there for closing it down. Got some lovely little images and stuff in here. These are just from various books that I have. I really like that being there. Oh, just 1 second. Hey guys, so I'm finally back. Yeah, this is another day completely. My kids came in, everything ran away with me. I wasn't able to do any filming. It's going to be very much like this for the next 2 weeks, so please do bear with me because it's just mayhem when the kids are off. I really don't get very much time at all to get any filming done or anything. So I did decorate a couple of them up. I'm just going to sign off now and just leave it at that because I do have another one I've got to film today. That is also not going to go up until too late because, again, I've been busy all day and now we're looking at almost evening time. I'm losing light and all that stuff, so I've just got to get this other video done and then hopefully I should get one out tomorrow as well, but honestly it is a case of we'll see. I just film whenever I can and get whatever I can up for these next couple of weeks because, like I say, when my kids are off there is never a quiet moment to do anything. So these turned out absolutely lovely. As you can see, the vellum ones I'd probably paper clip in with a really nice paper clip. Some of these thicker ones I probably would stick in and make it another pocket as well, just so it adds even more you know, storing ability. But yeah, they turned out absolutely lovely. All my stuff is down in the description box, you know, my store and all my socials and all that stuff. So you know the drill. It's all down there. Please do like and subscribe. When we get to 1,000 subscribers, I will be doing a big giveaway. And I promise you after these next 2 weeks, we'll get back to normal and things can be a bit more normal. And yeah, I'm going to have to try to find a way to film some things for when it's the school holidays because I really cannot keep up like this. It's madness. Yeah, and I will see you in the next video, and it is going to be our Happiness Crafting Design Team project where I finish off that. So yeah, I will see you then. Bye for now. Bye.